Hello, everybody. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, I really am very glad that you decided to take a little time for yourself and also join us in this gathering that, again, I haven't been here for a while. I was teaching a class in um, for the month of August, and it was a letting go workshop series, and it was absolutely incredible. Um, we all grew, and we saw an amazing amount of transformations and healings, and just incredible stepping into what is possible now, which is, why I wanted to talk to you today about how to create a new relationship with your pet in spirit. It's almost something that we don't even think about. Like, who says that, right? I think the traditional grief tells us, you have to let go, you have to move on, you have to say goodbye. And, you know, healing doesn't always mean ending a relationship. It can mean transforming it. And that's what the animals have taught me over the years. So I'm glad you're coming in and you're joining us for this, kind of a new way of thinking, a new way of connecting, of being in communion with our pets. And Claire, hey Tami, always a blessing to be here with you and sharing this space with everyone. It's a sacred space. It really, really is. As you come into the room, drop a hello in the chat. Hi, Donna. It's really good to see you. I'm glad you're joining us. And Carlene, good to hear from you. And Charisse, good morning from Charisse, Rose, and Baby Fenrir. The animals bring us together, don't they? They're the little networkers that keep us on our path, especially after they pass. They become our guides, and we can deepen our relationship in ways that truly remarkable. And I feel like the part of us that, has the reaction after they pass and we go into this terrific grief is, at what point do we accept that things can't be changed? And I would tell you that that's the juncture, that is the threshold of new beginnings, new perspectives, completely new way to interact with our beloveds. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, my first live. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Lost my Maltese Penny 4 weeks ago in 3 days. Whew, it's still very difficult. I got all over body chills on that. I am so sorry. And we are holding the space for you. And I'm just really, really glad you're here. I think this particular live stream will be really, really helpful for us all, really. And Timothy, thank you, Tami. I know I'm struggling for a new relationship with my little ones. See, y'all are getting me choked up because I knew this is what I was supposed to do today, and I got it really strongly from the animals in spirit. And they've given us a lot of things to talk about today. And so it's a little bit, if you know me a little bit or you watch some of my videos, I'm a teacher at heart. And so this is a little bit like a classroom setting, like a workshop I would, have you in. So thank you for joining. I'm so glad everybody's popping in. And Jenny from the UK, welcome, welcome. I just am glad you're here. And I was on a podcast Tuesday evening and as guests and worked with the people that had joined. And I told them, and this is the truth, if you found your way here, your pet led you. There's no question. And so, and the animals taught me this, is they want to stay connected with us. We're the ones that don't quite know how to do that. And I think it's getting in touch with ourselves, right? It's just dropping in to see kind of where we are and can we shift the grief into connection, rather than saying goodbye forever. So everybody seems to be coming in, and I'd like to start with, let's take an emotional pulse check. What do you mean by that? Well, whether you're grieving, you're feeling tender, or simply curious about connecting with your pet and spirit, this is your moment, this is your space, and no pressure, just presence. So we're just going to, each of us, just check to see where we are emotionally. This will help us ground in where we are and then be able to move forward from there. So as I go through these and you answer for yourself, I'd love to hear in the comments where you are. And I made it really easy for you to do that. So if we go to that first slide, so let's take a look at that. How present are you? Did you slide into home plate? Are you in the room with us? Have you let go of any tensions, worries, or any kind of scattered feelings you might have? If not, it's okay. I think it's just really important to take a look at it. Is your mind racing right now or stuck in the past? B would be I'm here, but distracted or scattered. C, I'm mostly present, but my heart feels guarded. D, I feel grounded and in the moment. What do you think? Do any of those resonate with you? Can you feel that you're present or not? That word present is so used, and I don't know, unless we anchor it with ourselves, it's a word, it's a concept, right? Claire says she's grounded. Good. What about the rest of you? Deanna says, B, I'm here but distracted or scattered. Just good to note. And that's the thing about emotions, is not to judge where we are, not to judge how we feel, not to shame ourselves for whatever, but to just take a look. And when we do that, the very act of reflecting drops us in. Jenny says, I feel grounded and in the moment. Jennifer D, but I still feel very heartbroken. I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. And Sharice D, I feel grounded and in the moment. Oh, how wonderful. We vary, right? And Gara says B and C, I'm here but distracted or scattered. I'm mostly present but my heart feels guarded. Isn't it interesting how you can read that in yourself? So let's go to the next one. I want you to be thinking as we go along. How connected do you feel to life, spirit, or love today? A's, I feel disconnected or cut off. B, I feel like I'm seeking connection, but not quite there. C, I feel small moments of connection. And D, I feel deeply connected and supported. Where do you fall in that lineup? And while you're doing that, I'm reading Timothy A and B. Hearing stuck in the past makes me anxious. I never want to let go of my memories, their images. Maybe we can talk about that today. Let's talk about memories. If somebody remind me if I don't get to it, please. And Debbie, my heart feels guarded. And Carlene is B. I feel like I'm seeking connection, but not quite there. And Timothy C. I feel small moments of connection. And Sharice B. I feel like I'm seeking connection, but not quite there. Hey, Marge. Marge says C. I feel small moments of connection. And Jenny C. I feel small moments of connection. So it's interesting how we're landing on this, right? And again, in the moment, and for Debbie, my heart feels guarded. Is your heart guarded in this very moment here? Let me know, because I want you to be paying attention to that. Your heart feels guarded to love again. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, Claire says depends on the day sometimes. Debbie, B and C, a bit of both. That's good to know. And Jenny, small moments of connection, C. So that tells me you all know what connection feels like, or you couldn't be answering these for yourself. Let's remember connection, because that's something that I want to expand on. If not here, we will definitely be talking about that, because animals are here to help us connect to ourselves and our blueprints. And, when they pass, we actually miss the part of ourselves that we were with them. We love the joy and the connection we feel with them. So here's the next slide. How connected do you feel to your pet and spirit today, right now? A, I feel completely disconnected or unsure if it's possible. B, I've felt subtle signs, but I question them. C, I sometimes feel their presence, but I want more. D, I feel our bond is alive and strong in new ways. What do you think? Which ones really speak to you? And when we're in fresh grief, it is sometimes hard because it's overwhelming to feel that kind of connection, because grief is the loudest voice in the room. And Donna says, definitely C for me. I sometimes feel their presence but want more. I know we're like, what about Bob? Gimme, I need. D, Gara says, I feel our bond is alive and strong in new ways. It's beautiful. C, Jennifer says, Jenny says, definitely D for me. Beautiful. Interesting. And Sheree, C, yeah. So it's interesting how we can identify feeling connected in life and connected to our pets, and look at it differently. Laura, good to see you. See, especially when I receive a sign. Yes, definitely. Those signs make a big difference, don't they? At the same time, if we rely too much on them, then we feel like we don't get enough. My approach is always, thank you so much. That was so cool. I'm just so grateful for just anything. Marge says, I feel her presence frequently right beside them and frequently see her beside me. Beautiful. And thank her for that. Carol, thank you, Tami. D, let's see, I feel our bond is alive and strong in new ways. I'm so excited because I got so much to share with you today. Jennifer said, I don't know where I would be if I hadn't had Penny. Not alive, I'm sure. She gave me a reason to live. Now I have my 2.5-year-old son. That's a beautiful tribute. Absolutely. That would be something really good to write to her. And Timothy, between B and C, I hope I can get to D, maybe. Truthfully, as this life seems less substantial, I will live in D. Well, we'll see. Let's go to the next slide. What's your current emotional inner weather today? Put something in the chat. Do an emoji. That'd be fun. Or you could put A, B, or C. Like, that's a pretty easy one, and the weather does reflect our emotions, doesn't it? So where are you today? Right now with us. And you can even say, well, what was I, how was I before I'm here, and how am I, I don't know how I'm going to be after. Jennifer says, the day after she passed, I found a giant feather from her. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Claire says she's D, hopeful, open to possibility. This live stream is about possibility and potential. Absolutely, hands down. in your willingness to, open means that you're willing to let go of a little bit of the pain you have. D, hopeful. I'm liking it. What about anybody else? Cloudy, rainy. Cloudy being unsure, foggy. Rainy, sadness or grief. Clearing, glimpses. Cherie says D, hopeful, open to possibility. That's beautiful. So if you go through your day, you might want to do the kind of pulse check on the weather thing, like what's my inner emotional weather? That's a really good way to take a present moment check-in. C and D, Debbie says, clearing, glimpses, and D, hopeful. And hi, Richard, B, rainy, and D. Isn't it interesting that we can be several at one time? It's fascinating, isn't it? And it's even more fascinating to identify it. Terry says hopeful. Yes. If you think about your pet, where would they have fallen in any given day? Would they have been sunny? Marge says sunny most of the time with occasional clouds. I like it. The clouds are just covering it up. That's all. Timothy says B and C, but I do move forward. I just want to feel as if I'm moving forward with or towards them. You are. I can tell you that right now, or you wouldn't have found your way here. I can guarantee you are. So let's take a look at the next one. What part of you is most activated today? A, the part that's hurting or missing them. B, the part that longs to reconnect. C, the part that doubts or questions. D, the part that's ready for something more. Or all of them. I don't know. Helen, oh, I love your emojis. Yes, I understand that. It's kind of rainy and brokenhearted and sad. And that last one looks a little bit like, you're just in a daze, kind of like, what in the world's going on? I love that describes without words. Oh, Mimi says valuable words. I love that. Beautiful. I love the thanking, praying hands. B and C, Cherise says, she's longing to reconnect and doubts or questions at the same time. Yeah, we're going to work on that doubt and questioning, though. Debbie, A, B, and D. That's the part that's hurting, the part that longs to reconnect, the part that's ready for something more. Beautiful. And Timothy says, I doubt less and less. That's when we doubt, that's not heart-based thinking. That's just mind thinking. And there's a huge difference between heart-based thinking, which is heart-based remembering. And Cherie said, oh, not C, I meant D. Right, I get it. And Gina, it's good to see you. B, the part that longs to reconnect. That's a big one, isn't it? It's like, that's probably what we want most of all, is that feeling of reconnection. So again, remember that as we go along and in future live streams, because we're gonna keep on that one. So let's go one more. We're still doing the emotional pulse check. Let's see what's next. So if your heart could whisper something to you right now, what would it say? And let that whisper be your guide into what comes next. And that may be something you just need to sit with today, not necessarily you don't have to come up with anything here. Don't travel to your head. Drop into your heart and see if it has anything it wants to say. And just us bringing this up activates it. So it may drop in later. Jenny says, I trust and have faith more than ever, and this helps me to connect. We are connecting right now. We are definitely plugging in. Oh, Andrea, good to see you. I saw yesterday rainbow so briefly for a few seconds. I think it was my mini, but I cried when I saw that so much. Yes, definitely. I get that piece. It's like poignant beauty. Carlene says her heart's saying slow down. You know, if there's anything that we should do more often, is this. See what your heart wants to say, because it's sending you messages all the time. And sometimes we're just too busy rushing through the day to check in. Anna Dean says, ease, ease. Beautiful. Jenny says, my heart says that I'm on the right path. I like that. It's beautiful. I hope you all are writing this down in your journal that you should bring when you come here, because you know we're going to do something like this. Donna says you're stronger than you think. See, do you see when you just check into it, what it says? And doesn't it feel good to check into your heart? Doesn't that make you feel more connected to yourself and to any other being? Let's do that more often. Shreese, my heart says, I'm right here, just drop in. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Drop in. It's like, have a visit with me. Carol says, I definitely have faith. Beautiful. I love this. We're all learning together how our hearts speak and the voice it has. So let's go to one more reflection. What's one emotion or energy you'd like to feel more of today? Whatever comes to you first, that's it. So don't try to think your way there. Peace, trust, connection, permission, joy. I'd have to raise my hand and, ask how many of you have felt joy lately, and what does that feel like? So let me know if it pops into you. One emotion or energy you'd like to feel more of today. We don't have to plan for tomorrow. What you felt yesterday is not the moment, so let's stick to the moment. Donna says, love. Beautifully. I love it. And Gara, joy. Me too. Adventure, Anna Dean says. Carol says, trust. I want you to remember this as we go through what you're connecting with your intuitive heart, and it's sharing, and it's speaking directly to you. Sharice, joy. I don't know about you, but it doesn't seem like there's too much joy in the world. So anytime we can touch into that, let's do. Marge says calm. As you're writing these and putting them in the comments, it actually activates it, because that calm, when I just read that, it was like, whew, I felt that calmness. So as I read them, see if you can feel it, because these words are carrying an energy. Terry says, peace. Jenny, peace and love. And Deanna, relaxed. Like I'm sitting on a beach watching the waves. You can visualize that. Put yourself in timeout and do it for 5 minutes. I guarantee you it'll shift your energy. So one more slide on the emotional pulse check-in. If love never ends, and it doesn't, what becomes possible now? Could your pet still be with you in a new way? I wonder, what might a continuing relationship look or feel like for you? Because it may be different for someone else. Our relationship with them is a felt experience. It's not one the mind can understand. Jennifer says, hope and trust. I just like to sit with your words for a second as you write them, because they carry such a beautiful energy. It's like we're all claiming this for ourselves today. Maggie, I'm stuck in the past. Are you stuck this very minute as we're talking? Do you feel stuck, or do you feel present at the moment? Just curious to know. And you may say, I'm stuck in the past mostly, all the time, every now and then. But what about right now? Just curious about that for you. Claire says, guidance. Ooh, a continuing relationship would feel like guidance. So remember that, because how we get guided is very specific to us and doesn't necessarily look the same way to anybody else. So be thinking about that. What kind of guidance would I need, and how would I know I'm even getting it? And Donna says, the bond. The bond. So drop into your heart space, Donna, when you say the bond, and see if you can feel that connection real quickly. Just drop in. Everybody drop in. Can you feel them there? And if you can, what does it feel like? And let me know in the comments. Jennifer says, you watched a robot last night. I can't remember the name of it, but it was talking about quantum entanglement and how we are forever connected to our loved ones energetically. Absolutely, 100%. You can't make it go away. Marge says, I still love the way I can feel her in my arms, running my fingers over her paws. All over body chills. I absolutely love this. So you all are so connected to yourselves and to your pet as they guide us. So let's go through just a few more slides. Just a few. Donna says, yes, it's like a rush of love. That's beautiful. I'm curious what that rush of love feels like. And Cherise, Fenrir is definitely with me. Oh, 100%. Now I need to check in with my heart more and not get caught up in day-to-day life. Absolutely. It's something we all need to do. And I would highly suggest just doing what we just did and dropping into your heart space. Just see if they're there. You won't be able to find they're not. So just a few more questions. Again, what if my pet is still with me in ways I haven't yet noticed? Again, that connection word, our connections changed form. That's all. It hasn't ended though. What you connected with them in life was truly their essence. Now, we got really used to their bodies and the physical, but in essence, you were really tapping in to their soul, their spirit, who they really are. And you still have access to that. Oh, my heart fluttering is a possible sign. What other signs have you might have seen that or felt that a familiar sound, dreams or sudden waves of loss, finding fur or feathers in odd places? Feathers are really that's one of their main kind of right in front of us kind of things. Shreese, Fenrir's definitely with me now. I need to check in with my heart. Yes, definitely. I think there was one up there that, okay, Anadine, if you could, let's see, I feel I feel Zan, everything, good, thank you, and myself are still calibrating our relationship. Calibrating, I like that word. I drag my frequency down with grief a lot. She's not a cat anymore. She's who she truly is. And, you know, it's funny you mentioned that, because after my sister passed, I remember the day after, I was really confused, because I was like, wait a minute, how can I be a sister one day and I'm not the next? Right? It was a label. Granted, it has an energy to it, sister energy and cat energy, but what you really connected to was who she really was. Can they be reaching out already? Sharice, we find his fur a lot, especially after we talk to him or speak about him. You're calling him in. The power of your voice is very, very strong. I encourage everybody to talk about your pets. Tell the stories. They love to, you connect with them in that way. You don't have to call yourself a medium. You're already connecting with, you know, your babies, and you just maybe don't know it. And Claire says, I recently bought a pair of new glasses case, came back, and it was exactly the same picture that we have of Bonnie and Pika. Whoa. I hope that you all are starting to like note these and date when you find them, because it signals to spirit that you're paying attention. So I would just offer, maybe I haven't noticed. Oh, I'm glad you like the slides. I think it's helpful for me too, because it gives us all a visual to kind of open up the conversation. And we can always go back to it later, which is what if you watch the replay, and if you aren't here live, and get to the replay, or if you are live, either way, we can go back and activate that again in ourselves. Sign, Andy, and I wrote Z in the sand. That's nice. And 10 minutes further on my hike, it said Anne written in the sand. Whoa. You can't, you did write it, but you can't write this stuff. It's so amazing. I love that. So let's go to another slide and open up the conversation. What kind of relationship would you want if you knew it were possible? And I'm hoping that little, window is like opening in your head, like, well, wait a minute, maybe it is. Love evolves, doesn't disappear. Imagine, as we just talked about, talking to them during walks, journaling with their spirit. That is an excellent way to tap into their energy. Asking for signs or guidance. What would this new connection look like for you? And I know we are dovetailing off of some of the other things, but I'm wanting you to kind of drop in to these kind of possibilities, because when you do that, it opens up. And Donna says, I've lost both my dogs within 2 weeks of each other. It broke my heart. Absolutely. I am so sorry. Whew. That's tough. I went for a walk in Woodland and asked if they were with me to send me a robin. And lo and behold, within minutes, a robin landed right in front of me. Oh, I love that. I cried all the way home, but felt comforted. It makes our day, doesn't it? And it confirms, it's like we are having a private conversation with them, and you are. Garrus is asking for signs. And, I'd be thinking, what kind of signs? And Timothy says, I've had so many signs. When they come, the coming seems matter of fact, and a new kind of present and material experience is getting built for me. Yes, and we have to pay attention. What are they guiding us toward? And are we opening up to have a new conversation? Absolutely. So let's go to the next one. Are you willing to believe there's more to this bond than just memory? Memory opens the door, and this is a great segue to talk about memory, but energy keeps it alive. possibilities, a guiding presence, ongoing spiritual support, a soul connection that continues. Is that bond still alive within you? Remember, drop into your heart space, see if it's gone. Any time of day, try to catch it not being there. You won't be able to do it. So let's talk about memory just a second. Memories aren't just mental pictures. They are literally doorways to connection. It's an energetic space that's alive. So, when you recall like a joyful or tender memory, I would encourage you to really drop into the experience of that memory. Pay attention to how you felt in that time. What kind of sensory details did you have? Because that's a segue to spirit. And sometimes we feel like our memories are just hard. But when you get a memory that pops up and it's random, pay attention, because that's like a ping from your pet in spirit. And Monica says, I've had so many signs after she passed, but there's nothing after a month. Try not to take score, is what I would say. I would be so grateful, because actually after they pass, that there's an energetic space that kind of makes it easier. However, if you take the steps that we're talking about today and you're opening your mind, your heart to possibilities, that leaves it open for them, to drop in with like the next level of sign. And Claire says, my memories keep the portal open to my girls. Memories are a portal. Thank you for that wording. No question, they're a portal. Jose, thank you for all your help messages. You have no idea the difference you make in my life. Thank you. The animals have taught me over my lifetime, because I've been exactly where some of you are, and and I've lost many. I lost one recently a few weeks ago, and it can seem like we don't get a break from the grief or the heartache, but we couldn't have any of that if we hadn't loved. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. Would not trade it. I'd go through it all over again. Shree's still alive. Yes. So just be thinking about what it is you'd like and where that bond still exists, and how strong is it? And Jennifer, I think they always leave signs, but sometimes we don't always see them. I agree. Whew. Right over our heads. I know I've had that happen. And then I can look back later and go, oh, wait a minute, that was a sign. When I relive a memory, Jenny says, it feels so real. I just want to stay there. It's a surreal feeling. I'd bask in that. I'd absolutely bask in that. And I'd also ask my pet in spirit to please show me more. So let's go to number 4. What might be keeping me from feeling their presence? Sometimes grief builds walls instead of bridges. Remember earlier when we were doing the pulse check and a few of you said, my heart's guarded? That's that grief. Grief can do it. Guilt, fear, doubt, overthinking, signs. We put so much emphasis on the signs. Expecting big moments and missing the small ones. Yeah, we want like the banner in the sky trailing, and the signs come in very subtle ways often. They slip right into your daily life. And it could, softening your heart, create a space. Just curious. Marge said, I remember. Oh, Anadine, memories are a kick in the heart, but that's okay. I wouldn't want it to be different. And what if I told you I can take your memories from you, and so you wouldn't have to have that kick in the heart? What would you say? Would you let me? What if we couldn't have our memories? What if we couldn't miss them? I think missing is a privilege. I know missing gets like when we say I miss my beloved pet or human or whatever, missing's a privilege. We don't think of it that way. So just consider that as, I like you pointed out, it can be a kick in the heart, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to give them up either. Would any of you? If I told you I could wave a magic wand and, take all your memories away from you. And Anodine says no. I'm pretty sure that'd be an emphatic no too. Like, no, Tami, you are, no. Sharice, day-to-day life clouds my heart. In a way to open that up is to drop in, and all these little tips that I'm sharing help clear that up. Drop in if your heart feels cloudy. Drop in to connect. I'm going to keep emphasizing dropping in, entity. Beautifully said. I want to miss with abandon. Beautiful. And that's a great journaling prompt too, for all of you. March says, I can't remember where I read or heard this, but the grief blocks our babies coming through to us. It's a heavy energy. And it's harder for them to get through because their frequency is here and we're like so heavy. So, don't beat yourself up for it though, because you are where you are. And that's why we do that emotional pulse check-in. So let's go to 5. What signs or synchronicities have I already received? Some of you have already said, but may have brushed aside. Has a name appeared, song playing at the perfect moment, and you're like, that was just coincidence. Feathers, scents, lights flickering. You think they were saying hello, or do you think you missed it? Just curious. And let's go to 6 while you're pondering that. What would it mean to invite my pet into my life again? Not physically, but spiritually. Oh, Pamela, we're holding you in space. I've been devastated for the last 6 weeks. It's hard. A devastated heart is really, really hard. Maybe today will help you open a little bit. Pause on the floor, Pamela says. Cool. Songs, Carlene says, for sure. Sharice, butterflies and fur. And church bells? Didn't you hear some church bells? Sharice, I think so. So what would it mean? How are you going to call them forth? Not physically, but spiritually, because that is the space they are in. The relationship can continue in a new form. Jennifer, I say good morning to Penny every day. Excellent. Always. Keep talking. Let your heart keep talking. So try lighting a candle and speaking their name, including them in rituals or meditation, beautiful ways. Rituals give, our grief, it kind of gives our grief a place to land. And I always like doing something special. Sonia says, I miss my fur baby so terribly. I lost him 14 months ago. I'm sorry. It's really, really hard. We mark the time. I get it. I love him so much, my beautiful Bentley. And he is actually here receiving that. I just felt the energy of it. So thank you for sharing. Pamela says, I saw her in the hallway the other morning. Was it quick? Was it like a flash? I've tripped over Katie before and then saw she wasn't there. And it wasn't when I was even looking for anything. So the best thing is don't look for them. Just open your heart and say, I would absolutely love to be surprised. Sheree says, yes, multiple bells for several minutes. See, these are direct messages for you. So as we activate this part, you are opening up this portal just in our space. Pamela says it was a flash. We can miss flashes, can't we? We can miss them. So let's go to 7. What part of me most longs to feel them again? You know, that ache is a longing for reconnection. Jennifer says it's so hard to know I will never have her physically in my life again. It is hard, very hard. You know, and ultimately we come to the place where we accept that. We don't like it. And that's where I'm like, don't start looking for the connection that you can have in this way. Timothy said, oh, yeah, the tripping. Yes, done it too. So the longing, is it the part of you that misses being needed? Somebody told me the other day I lost my job. I just lost my job. I worried about her all the time, and I don't, I'm just looking for other ways to worry. The part that felt unconditionally loved, what do you long for the most? The part that wants comfort? And what does that part of you need today? Donna says, I miss the smell of them. You can, yes, and I would say you can drop into that and actually activate that. See if you can catch it. See if you can go in there into your heart. Sharice, I miss his little body. Oh man, don't we all? I mean, it's human. It's just who we are. We're going to miss, and it's tough. And Pamela says not petting her or holding her is the part I miss the most. And so let's bridge that gap a little bit and drop into your heart space and call up a memory that you were doing that. Jose says, we have been in my dreams 4 nights. He has been in my dreams 4 nights in a row. That had never happened even with my father. Whoa. I'd be writing those down. I would be totally writing those down. Yes. Frito, feet smell. Marge. I think you should drop into that one a lot, Marge. Deanna, knowing there was someone else there with me, I'd call him in. I would call Dewey in. All these things that you're saying, like the doggy kisses, Jennifer, I drop into a memory that holds that and activate it. Each of you that you're sharing, this is really, I just love spirit. I love the animals. They're actually pointing you straight to how you can access. I have videos I watch to remember. Beautiful. Can you remember their meow or their bark? Do you feel like you'll ever lose that? Drop into a memory. Call it forth. You will activate it. So let's go to 8. So I got something special I'd love to share with you. If I could speak to them right now, what would I say? Hint, hint, you still can. Love hears. Maybe you'd say, I miss you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Are you still with me? As you go through your days, let your heart speak openly. We've already activated it, so I have a feeling it's going to be speaking. And I'm going to be hearing from you telling me that, oh my gosh, I heard from them, and it shocked me. Jennifer says something that's helped me a lot is I make songs for Penny with AI, the Sono app. I have a playlist of her songs. What a creative and really good way to tap into that. Amazing. So let's go to 9. How might continuing this relationship help me heal, not just from this loss, but in my life? Their love may still be helping you grow, you think? Oh, you're coming out with some of the I love you, I miss you. Hi, baby boy, you are loved. Yes, thank you, not were. Are. I miss you every single day as I told you I would. Oh, Donna, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you, and I miss you so much. That'd be a good actual writing prompt for you, Donna. I feel like you could take that further and really drop into some healing gems in that one. So consider, how could they help you? Feeling supported in daily choices you make, opening your heart again, helping others through what you've learned. What's your takeaway? How are you going to transform this? Helping others through what I've learned. They taught us so much, right? How are we going to take that forward? It's honoring their spirit in this way. Oh, Jose said, please forgive me. Again, that's a really good letter prompt to your pet, and really pour out your heart in the letter that you share. Everything that you're saying and commenting on, I'd love for you to take it further, because with us having opened up this space, you've got access to a lot of information. It's feeling supported, Debbie says, in daily choices and opening my heart again. It's opening. It is opening. Just keep practicing opening it. Oh, I'm sorry I opened that gate and you were hit by a car. That's a hard one, and that's a heavy kind of weight to bear. And, we can't undo what happened. And our minds try to understand it, but it's traumatic. I feel like it would help you too if you continued on with that and wrote a little bit about it. The knowing that comes from my heart is directly caused by Fenrir. Oh, beautiful. So, Anadine, I have become more compassionate since her passing over. Wow, that's a great takeaway. Compassion. I'm getting all over body chills with what you all are writing. So let's go to 10. What if the best part is still ahead? Now that's a thought, and it's something we're not taught. What if it's not the end, but just the beginning? How are we going to access them? What could be possible? Ongoing spiritual visits from them? A shared mission where you work together on something? Please inspire me. Please help me write this chapter about you. Love that keeps growing. This is just a question. Can you open to what's next? Can you? Even if you're blaming yourself, Monica, can you open to what's next? Because we can't undo the past. But, because it's done. However, can we open to the gifts that we were given and the understandings in ourselves that are ours to keep forever? Carol says, I feel Clark communicates with me in my dreams mostly. They come, and we all have different ways that they come. All different ways. I lost my fur baby, Bodhi, during surgery, and the grief from such a sudden passing, along with the longing for the years we could have shared, is immense. It's unfulfilled love, really. I found comfort in reading about other people's experiences and feeling understood by strangers, since not many truly grasp this kind of pain. Beautifully said. And that's a spiritual gift you were offered in the experience. That's what opened up in you. The best part is I know she'll send me my next companion. Oh, absolutely. They direct the next one straight to you. I promise you that. And it's fun. And if you are ready for a next companion, which many of you may not be, I always enlist their help. Please help me, guide me to who I'm meant to be with, who I'm meant to love next. Oh, I hope so. I hope my love for them will be devotion or service to them and whatever is next. Absolutely. That's a spiritual intention right there. So, Donna, coming in at the very end, but need your wisdom and support so much. You know, I need everybody's too. I'd like to share something here in the last few minutes. Spirit dropped it in, and I just want you to settle in just for a few minutes. Let's do a meditation, okay? Let's soften into stillness. I want you to have an experience of connecting. In this quiet space, the heart can remember love beyond loss. So get settled. Take some deep breaths. Close your eyes and take a slow breath in and a gentle breath out. Feel your body begin to soften. Let the ground support you. Let the moment hold you. Now, imagine yourself walking along a quiet path. The earth is soft beneath your feet, cool, grounding. The air smells like pine or sun-warmed grass. A breeze touches your cheek, gentle, loving. You're safe here. As you continue along the path, you see something ahead, a threshold. It may be a golden doorway, a footbridge over light, or a shimmering veil. Whatever you see, know this. It is a space between holding on and letting love lead. Pause here. Notice what you're still carrying. A memory, a longing, a story you haven't wanted to release. You don't have to drop it. Just acknowledge it. Now take a deep breath and step through the threshold. And you notice the energy shifts. There is light here. Soft, warm, expansive. And then you sense your beloved pet. Maybe you see them clearly. Maybe you feel them like a warm current brushing your chest. Maybe it's a flicker of fur, a sparkle of eyes, or their familiar rhythm of presence. Let them come close. There's nothing you need to say. But if your heart wants to speak, let it. Let yourself feel the connection, not from memory, but from love. Because that's what's still alive. Breathe together for a moment. Be with them. And now, offer a blessing. I love you. Thank you. Let's keep our connection open. I'm willing to keep our connection open. Feel their answer, not in words, but in warmth. When you're ready, bring yourself back. Wiggle your fingers. Feel your body again. And open your eyes. They are near, and your heart remembers, and your heart is smiling. So I hope that everything we did today supports you and you feel more connected and more grounded, and most importantly, your heart is open and you're on your way back to yourself and your pet. It's an honor to work with you. And you can go back to this meditation at any time. It was created for you. Spirit literally gave that to me. I'm so glad it was helpful for you all. Donna says, thank you. That was beautiful. Oh, wow. Cherie says, that was amazing. And Laura, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You've got beautiful spirits, and your animals are guiding you straight on the path. So I hope to see you next time. We've opened quite a portal today. So if you feel guided, email me at Tami@TamiHendrix.com. Let me know. How are you doing? What opened up for you? And thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time.